Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we sift through complex information to bring you the essential insights and surprising connections that truly make you well-informed.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're embarking on a really profound and, well, deeply personal journey,
Mhm.
a multi-generational family saga. It stretches across decades, and it vividly illustrates the intricate dance of choices, consequences, and spiritual paths.
Mm.
It's a story packed with twists, from unexpected acts of generosity to really profound health challenges. And it's all underpinned by these mysterious yet deeply logical forces of karma.
And this isn't just some, captivating family history. What makes this deep dive particularly revealing is how it serves as a living, breathing case study. Really shows us how intentions, actions, even the company we keep, can weave this complex web of karmic threads.
Right.
These threads, they bind lives together. They influence everything from an individual's health and relationships, even their future destinies. It's a powerful illustration of cause and effect in action.
So our mission today, then, is to meticulously unpack this rich tapestry. We'll connect the dots between seemingly disparate events, revealing the deeper wisdom embedded within their experiences.
Exactly.
You'll hear about family members who face some truly astonishing challenges, and we'll explore the often surprising karmic explanations behind them. Consider this your shortcut, maybe, to understanding karma's subtle and, well, not so subtle hand in shaping our lives.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's begin at the very root of this family tree with the grandparents. Their lives present a really fascinating paradox.
Mhm.
The grandfather was known as a man of great generosity, broad-mindedness, yet he also had this reputation as a tough guy, what's known in Thai as maybe a local strongman, right?
Yeah, sort of a figure with influence, maybe a bit rough around the edges.
Exactly. And what's truly intriguing is that this tough figure maintained friendships even with thieves. And get this, when these thieves would visit, they'd often bring snacks, fostering this unusual familiarity, almost a casualness, with the family.
It's quite striking, isn't it? These early associations, they might look benign on the surface, gifts and casual visits,
Right, just snacks.
but they actually hint at deeper patterns. From a karmic perspective, these are precisely the kinds of connections that can subtly yet powerfully shape not just an individual's path, but an entire family's trajectory. They kind of set precedents for the energies and influences allowed into their lives.
That makes perfect sense. But here's a really unexpected twist in their story. The grandfather's drinking escalated significantly due to stress.
Okay.
And the source of this profound stress, the grandmother's excessive goodness. That sounds like something out of a play.
It really does, doesn't it? And it raises a truly profound question.
Mhm.
Can even too much of a good thing, even pure kindness, inadvertently lead to unexpected challenges for those around us?
Seems like it, in this case.
Yeah, the grandmother was extraordinarily kind, frequently inviting complete strangers to live with them for months. And as the source describes, she was big-faced and big-hearted, meaning she was, overly generous and loved to guarantee loans for others.
Oh, boy.
This habit often led her to sell their own land to cover other people's debts. And what's more, she found genuine joy in this self-sacrifice, even as it created immense financial strain.
And as a direct result of this constant financial strain, the grandfather found solace in alcohol. He became abusive when drunk, even cursing his own mother.
Wow.
Later in life, suffering from severe spinal pain at 64, he tried to, quote, medicate with even heavier drinking. This led to heart disease, and he eventually passed away at 65 after a month in intensive care. It's a tragic cycle, isn't it?
It truly is a tragic illustration of how these negative karmic patterns can really entrench themselves. The karmic explanation for the grandfather is quite revealing. His association with criminals and his Scotland nature, they were rooted in past karma. Associating with bad company, a predisposition carried over from previous lives.
Okay.
His death by alcohol, unfortunately, led him to Yama's world, or Yamalok, which is a realm of intense suffering, often described as a temporary hell-like state. There, he was described as being force-fed hot, molten copper.
Oof.
But the traditional merit he had accumulated in his life acted as a buffer. It prevented him from falling into the deeper, more intense realms of Mahanarak, the Great Hells, where suffering is much worse and longer.
So some protection, but still suffering.
Right. He continues to suffer and needs more merit dedicated to him. And that dream his mother had of him receiving merit, that was actually her mind recollecting him, wishing him well, not necessarily him being able to visit or directly benefit right then without new merit being truly dedicated.
I see. The grandfather's karmic journey was intensely challenging, but the grandmother, who played such a key role in his stress, also faced her own profound karmic consequences. Let's pick up her story. She eventually managed to quit alcohol cold turkey, which is a remarkable feat in itself.
Absolutely.
However, she then switched to beer, became addicted, started hosting lively drinking parties. Her story takes an even more tragic turn when she suffers from high blood pressure, falls, and becomes paralyzed.
It's striking how that pattern of addiction just persisted, isn't it? Despite her quitting the hard stuff cold turkey. From a karmic view, does this suggest the root cause of addiction is maybe a deeper mental habit, not just the substance?
Seems likely.
Yeah, it really highlights the deep-seated nature of addiction, how one substance was just replaced by another because the underlying mental conditioning wasn't fully addressed. It speaks to the power of these habitual patterns or vasanas that can follow us.
That's a crucial point, the underlying habit. Initially, even after her fall, she could still speak. She even asked her children for beer, which sadly some bought for her. Later, she lost her speech entirely, developed a severe necrotic wound on her hip that required surgery, leaving a large cavity. Her body eventually rejected food, and she passed away at 78. Such a long, drawn-out period of suffering.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Her karmic threads here are quite complex. Her excessive generosity and repeatedly paying others' debts. That was karma catching up from a past life where she acted as a loan guarantor and then absconded with the money.
Wow, a total reversal.
An interesting reversal of roles, exactly. Her paralysis and that rotting hip, however, were due to past life karma as a man who, when drunk, enjoyed fighting. He also cruelly trapped and killed animals, causing them great suffering. And this was compounded by karma from killing animals for food in general.
So the specific suffering matched the past actions.
Yes, the nature of her physical suffering, especially the rotting hip, directly reflects the suffering she inflicted on others and animals. Her beer addiction also led her to Yama's world, suffering similar torment as the grandfather. However, her past merit supporting relatives, traditional good deeds, did shorten her stay there, but it didn't fully absolve her karma for those severe actions.
It's a powerful and complex thread how even well-intentioned generosity, if it's not guided by wisdom, can unexpectedly trigger suffering from a past life. What does this tell us about the skillful application of virtue? It seems intention and wisdom are just as vital as the act itself.
Precisely. It underscores that while the act of generosity is good, the wisdom with which it's applied is equally, if not more, important. Without wisdom, even good intentions can create unintended consequences or trigger latent negative karma that needed purifying. True skillful application means understanding the full impact, not just the immediate benefit or, the feeling of self-sacrifice.
Okay, having explored the complex karmic landscape of the grandparents, we now carry those threads forward into the next generation. Let's delve into the dramatic life of the mother. Her experiences reveal further layers of intention and consequence.
Yeah.
At just 17, she met and married a wealthy 39-year-old construction contractor, only to discover, shocker, he was already married.
Oh, dear.
Heartbroken, she made the difficult decision to abort their first child. Yet the father's devotion eventually won her over, and they had 3 children, with our narrator being the youngest.
Her unintended role as a minor wife in this life was a consequence of remnant karma, like a lingering karmic residue or unspent energy from her own past life as a man who had multiple wives.
Ah, another pattern repeating.
Like a karmic echo, yeah. Even if the roles are reversed now, it manifests a similar pattern of relationship complexity and the pain that comes from such situations. It really highlights how patterns can repeat across lifetimes, even if the specific circumstances change.
Okay, here's a truly intense part of her story. In 1979, when the narrator was just 3 months old, their home was violently invaded by 2 armed robbers.
Oh my goodness.
The mother was held at gunpoint, forced to give up her gold necklace, and pleaded for her children's lives. Before leaving, the robbers brutally struck her head twice with a gun butt, knocking her unconscious. She still suffers from chronic headaches to this day. This ordeal is just horrifying.
It really is. And it's a stark reminder that while some events might seem random, in this case it ties to a very specific karmic thread. It's a powerful illustration of how past actions, particularly those involving physical harm, can manifest in unexpected and traumatic ways in future lives, even decades later. The persistence of the chronic headaches is a direct continuation of that karma ripening.
The mother herself believed her headaches were from killing frogs and fish by smashing their heads for food, and also from a time she struck her own drunken older brother's head with a fish sauce bottle when he assaulted her.
Well, her chronic headaches and being struck by the gun were primarily due to past karma of killing animals by smashing their heads for food.
Okay, so mainly the past life actions.
Mainly. But what's important to note is that her actions in this life-killing animals in the same manner and striking her brother, they reinforced and amplified that existing karma.
Ah, so she added to it.
Exactly. It wasn't just old karma ripening passively. She actively engaged in similar actions, which deepened the karmic imprint and ensured its powerful manifestation.
Mm.
To alleviate this, she really needs to actively accumulate all forms of merit: generosity, morality, meditation. And crucially, she needs to frequently release animals, consciously make amends, and dedicate the merit to those she has harmed.
It makes you wonder about the connections that draw people together into these shared experiences. The mother, the narrator, the older brother, they were all present during that traumatic robbery. Why those three right then?
That's a great question. Their shared experience during the robbery was a result of a collective past karma. In a previous life, they had rejoiced and sympathized with bad karma, or kikant, ano, Vimudanabapa.
Sympathized with bad karma. What does that mean exactly?
It means they had celebrated or found satisfaction when a neighbor they disliked was robbed. This act of rejoicing in another's misfortune created a collective karmic link, bringing them together to experience a similar loss and trauma in this life.
Wow.
It underscores how even our thoughts and emotions towards others' suffering can have profound karmic consequences.
That's a sobering thought that even our inner reactions can bind us together in such intense ways. Okay, now let's turn our attention to the father. His life is another incredible story of overcoming adversity. Born into poverty in Surin, experienced hardship from a young age, including a childhood fall from a horse at 12 that left him with chronic headaches. He worked his way up, even became a sparring partner for champion boxers. Through sheer hard work and perseverance, he built 2 successful construction companies.
His initial poverty was due to a temporary lapse in his dana parami, the perfection of generosity, in that particular period. He hadn't cultivated enough generosity back then to manifest wealth early on.
Okay.
However, his later success and wealth were indeed from past merit. But crucially, this merit was not ring-fenced with specific aspirations for right livelihood.
Meaning?
Meaning, while he had the merit to become wealthy, the path to that wealth wasn't guided by wholesome intentions, which unfortunately led him towards wrong livelihood.
It's fascinating how his hard work led to prosperity, yet part of it came from a business like liquor distribution. This really makes me wonder, how exactly does good karma get channeled into wrong livelihood? Is it a conscious choice? Or can circumstances just guide us down paths we didn't initially intend?
That's an excellent question. It speaks to the nuances of karmic ripening. It's often not a single conscious choice to engage in wrong livelihood when the good karma for wealth ripens. Rather, the merit creates opportunities for financial gain. But without the aspiration or the skillful intention to align that wealth with wholesome means, one might just naturally gravitate towards whatever profitable opportunities arise, even if they involve activities like trading in intoxicants or weapons, which are considered wrong livelihood.
So the opportunity arose from good karma, but the choice of how to use it wasn't guided well enough.
Pretty much. He was fortunate enough to earn a substantial fortune from it for 9 years, running this big liquor distribution business across 5 districts.
But eventually he lost that contract, closed the business, and then began drinking heavily himself, a large bottle of liquor daily, plus smoking.
And that's when the consequences began to unfold more clearly.
A severe headache nearly cost him his life, but a doctor friend saved him, delivering a stark warning. Quit alcohol and cigarettes or die. He quit cold turkey, another remarkable feat of willpower in this family.
Amazing willpower, yes.
Yet his construction businesses were later defrauded, leading to a devastating 8 million baht loss. He spent years working just to repay the debts. So many ups and downs.
These fluctuations in fortune are very telling. The closure of his liquor business, the fraud in his construction companies, they were due to inconsistent merit-making in his past.
Inconsistent.
Done sometimes, not other times. Think of it like trying to grow a plant. If you only water it sporadically, it might sprout, but it won't flourish or sustain itself long-term.
Right, needs continuous effort.
Exactly. Without that continuous, conscious cultivation of merit, his wealth couldn't be sustained, leading to those dramatic losses. And his chronic headaches from the horse, fall, and his later heart issues, those were due to karma from past and present fighting, along with Nylon Banjo too, which implies philandering or being a womanizer.
Okay. And his intestinal problems.
Linked to karma, from killing animals for appetizers.
Hmm.
Specific actions leading to specific results.
Later, at 64, after chairing a major Kathina ceremony, a big merit-making event, he suffered acute heart failure and required emergency surgery. He recovered, but tragically, he misunderstood this whole event.
How so?
He believed that making such big merit had somehow caused his illness and would actually hasten his death. So he started avoiding making merit afterwards.
This misunderstanding of karma is incredibly crucial and unfortunately quite common.
Yeah.
One's physical health issues are a separate karmic consequence from the pure, beneficial act of making merit. The Kathina ceremony, for example, it's a significant annual Buddhist merit-making event, mainly offering robes and things to monks. His act of making such big merit was inherently good, full stop.
Okay.
However, his existing negative karma related to his health simply ripened at that time. It was independent of the merit he was making. Making merit is always beneficial. It doesn't cause illness.
So it was just bad timing, karmically speaking.
You could see it that way. The negative health karma was due to ripen, and it happened around the same time as the positive merit-making event. To alleviate these varied sufferings, he really needs to consistently engage in all forms of merit-making, release animals frequently, and dedicate the merit to those he has harmed. It's about a continuous, conscious effort to purify and accumulate positive karma.
We've seen so many powerful karmic threads woven through this family. Let's now explore the older brother's journey. It begins with an early connection to the temple, even during military academy. He actually played a pivotal role in bringing the entire family into the temple's orbit.
That's significant.
At 25, he took a 4-month leave from service to ordain as a monk. 7 days after disrobing, he was involved in a horrific car accident that completely totaled his vehicle. But he emerged entirely unharmed.
Wow. That miraculous survival was directly due to the merit accumulated from his monastic life, both from past existences and his recent ordination. It's a powerful testament to the protective power of such wholesome deeds and the spiritual purity he cultivated during his time as a monk. It's almost like the universe intervened,
Yeah.
protected him due to that intense burst of good karma.
Incredible. He is currently a police officer responsible for security at a temple, often catching thieves. However, he voices concern that police work itself is inherently risky and can lead to lower realms because, well, you sometimes have to use force. He even transferred from the suppression division to traffic just to minimize direct conflict with criminals. This raises an important question for all of us, I think.
Hmm.
How do our chosen professions, even those vital for society, impact our inner world and our karmic trajectory?
Yeah, that's a deeply insightful question, and it applies to so many professions, doesn't it? His inclination towards police work actually stems from a fascinating past life.
Oh, tell me more.
In a previous eon, he was a chief royal guard for a king who later became a monk. He followed the king, became a monk himself, achieved inner spiritual attainment, and spread the teachings. This military past influenced his initial career choice. It's like a powerful predisposition, you might call it a monk chart, a strong karmic tendency or spiritual blueprint for lifelong monasticism.
A monk chart.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. However, the nature of police work, with its constant exposure to crime, conflict, negative situations, it can indeed cloud the mind. The sights, sounds, thoughts, emotions associated with dealing with criminals can deeply affect one's inner state, especially at the critical moment of death.
How so?
It influences one's commandment, the karmic signs or visions that arise in the mind right at the moment of death, and commandment, the destination of rebirth, which is fundamentally shaped by those final mental impressions.
So even if the intention is good, like protecting the temple, the constant exposure to negativity can still impact one's karmic destination?
Precisely. We must consider right livelihood, or kama shuva. It's not just about earning money, but ensuring our work doesn't dirty our minds, doesn't generate unwholesome states of mind through conflict or exploitation.
Right.
You want to be rich and safe. Not just rich. For the brother, while his unique background makes him highly effective in protecting the temple, he has that very strong monk chart from his past, that powerful predisposition for lifelong ordination. The decision is ultimately his, of course. But if he can find a suitable replacement for his current duties, a lifelong monastic path is highly recommended. It aligns perfectly with his deepest karmic inclinations and offers the clearest path to liberation.
The family's collective spiritual journey also shows such diversity, doesn't it? The narrator had a short-term ordination, the sister and mother acted as sort of the supply corps for the community, the father made some merit, and the older brother had these strong long-term monastic ties. It's quite a spectrum of engagement.
It's a beautiful example of how spiritual paths can intertwine and evolve within a single family. With continued focused merit-making and shared aspirations, this family can indeed aspire to reunite in a spectral merit circle of advanced practitioners in future lives. That collective intention, that shared aspiration for spiritual growth is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
It demonstrates that even with differing levels of engagement, a common thread of wholesome intention can bind them together for future spiritual journeys.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? This deep dive into one family's incredible multi-generational story reveals this intricate web of cause and effect, where every action, every choice, every relationship, and even our inner reactions, as we saw, creates ripples that extend far beyond our immediate perception, echoing across lifetimes.
It powerfully underscores that true wealth isn't just about financial gain, is it? It's about cultivating a clear mind,
Yeah.
living a wholesome path, and pursuing a right livelihood that truly benefits not just us, but our future selves and those around us. It's about understanding that every moment is an opportunity to shape our destiny.
This brings us to a profound question for you to ponder. Consider your own daily life and your chosen path. What environments are you immersing yourself in? What actions, big or small, are you taking? And how might those choices be quietly shaping not just your present, but your future in ways you've never quite considered until now?
Something to really reflect on.
We invite you to reflect on that as we wrap up this deep dive.